everybody, Coach James Barry at thecollegegolfer.com. How do we handle the pressure of playing in a final group and ultimately coming out of that with a victory? Right, so I had a question come in the other day. A player has found himself in the final group multiple times over the last couple weeks and hasn't won the event, right? He has not come out on top. And he was complaining of some mindset issues. And look, this is a challenging situation, especially if you've not been in there before, right? You're probably going to experience multiple mindsets, right? Tugging on you from various directions. Number one, you'll probably feel some of that fear of failure, like, hey, we finally got ourselves into this position. We don't want to lose this outcome, right? That's a powerful motivator for thoughts. Second is maybe getting too far ahead of yourself, right? Like, what will it mean when I win this tournament? What will people think about my game? What does that mean about the state of my game? Am I finally going to make it, right? Maybe you're going to have a little bit of fear of success, right? So both of these thought patterns are very powerful and everybody feels them, right? How do you eliminate those? Because really all they do is serve to distract you in the moment, right? So when you're on the golf course and you're in this pressurized moment and you're feeling those thoughts, like, what do? The first thing you have to do is just recognize the thought. You have to be able to catch it in the moment. Number two is remember what got you into this place in the first place, right? And that was focusing on your process of execution. So that's how you got yourself in position to potentially win this tournament, right? Was to stay grounded in the moment. So whatever you have to do to just acknowledge those thoughts and then wipe them aside and get back to your process of execution. Like, everyone's going to feel those thoughts. So we have to be able to acknowledge them and move them aside immediately, right? Otherwise you will be distracted, and if you let them snowball either way, it will cause you to have some sort of breakdown on the golf course, right? A bad swing, a bad moment, you have that double out of nowhere, whatever it is, right? We have to get those thoughts out of the way. Okay, that's number one. Number two, and I would argue more importantly, is before you even get to the golf course on that day of that final round, you need to set an expectation of indifference. We have to eliminate the importance of the outcome. Okay, and that sounds, counterintuitive because we've been working so hard, we want to win this event, and nobody doubts that, you want that tournament victory. But if you are placing heavy emotional weight on the outcome of this event, that means that every swing out there for you is going to be pressure packed. It will invoke feelings of emotion if you're tied into the outcome. All right, so we have to be indifferent about it. We have to not care about how we do. And ultimately, it really doesn't matter how we do in this one event, right? It's just a snapshot in time. It's just a short moment. What matters is, how do you handle yourself in this pressure moment? Meaning, how do you handle your process of execution? Because when the tournament's over, that's what we need to evaluate. Like, maybe you go on and you win the event and you handle yourself well, and we can evaluate that. Like, what did we do well because we want to do that again? Or maybe you got lost in the distraction of some of those thoughts and you had moments where your execution wasn't very good, and that's how you lose shots in big moments, right? Is you get distracted and you don't have a good process. Right? So we have to evaluate that as well. Never mind the outcome, right? It'll be great if you win. Doesn't matter if you lose, right? It just doesn't matter. It's just one short-term outcome. It's just a snapshot in time, on this upward trend that you're hopefully on in your golf game, right? And so hopefully we're going to continue getting you back into these moments. That means you have to handle your mind, right? You've got to handle all these different thoughts. And again, that comes with recognizing those thoughts in the moment, having the ability to move them aside, focus on your process, and bring a level of indifference here to the golf course. And really, you should have that level of indifference no matter when you're playing, right? That's when the best golf comes out, when you have a nice calm focus and we are not emotionally tied to any sort of an outcome, right? That's how you will consistently play your best over time. So hopefully that will help you get through the next opportunity you have when you're in a final group or your leading event or whatever it is. Just remember, to get that outcome that you want, you have to silence all of that noise and just get back to business, right? The process of execution, as well as you can for the entirety of the round. And I think you'll probably start getting the outcomes that you want. Guys, if you like information like this, I have a full masterclass dedicated to competitive golfers where we cover topics like these and much more. Right, so if you're tired of not knowing the answers to these questions, or you're just continually underperforming in tournaments, come check us out at thecollegegolfer.com. All the information's in my bio. If you have questions about that, just shoot me a DM. Guys, I look forward to seeing you there.